One of my good friends, whenever we go out to eat and he orders wings, he always makes sure he tells the waitress, I want my wings crispy. Please, crispy wings. I don't want to have to send them back. And he's joking, but he's not joking at the same time. He loves his crispy chicken wings. And to be honest with you, I do too. I love crispy chicken skin. Rather you're cooking it in the oven, on the grill, it's chicken thigh, it's chicken wing. If it has skin on it, you want it to be crispy. I mean, you've all had, you bite into a chicken thigh and the whole skin off the whole thing comes off in the bite because it's so rubbery. Yeah, that's not the way you want to cook chicken. You don't want chicken to end up like that. And to be honest with you, that's probably one of the hardest things to master when it comes to barbecue chicken, or any chicken for that matter. In this video, I'm going to show you a way that is kind of non-traditional that a lot of people probably don't know about to battle rubbery chicken skin. We're going to get some crispy chicken skin and it's going to be awesome. Check it out. I'm going to be using my Lone Star grills today, and we're going to cook some chicken thighs on there, and we're going to compare two different methods. One of them is just natural chicken thighs, just seasoned and put on the smoker. The other one, we're going to do something pretty interesting, and maybe some of you guys already know this trick. I've seen a few videos like this, but not much. There's not much attention to this method. So let's check it out. Let's see how this does for our chicken skin so we can get that crispy, crunchy chicken skin. I have the 24x40 Lone Star grills coming up to temperature. I started the fire with a nice bed of charcoal, and then I put 3 oak logs on top. So hopefully we'll be ready to cook in about half an hour or so. And I want to get some coals and get a nice established warmth. You always want to wait till that smoke kind of thins out and turns like a thinnish bluish smoke instead of this white heavy stuff that you see there right now. That means, you're just getting started. It's a bit of a dirty fire. It's going to be a bitter taste if you put the food in too soon when it's got that kind of smoke coming out of it. But this is the perfect opportunity to go ahead and bring some water up to a boil, and that way I'll be ready to dip those chicken thighs in that boiling water, and then we can season them and put them on the smoker.
See, the reason chicken skin ends up chewy or rubbery is because there's a massive layer of fat underneath chicken skin, and you have to render that fat in order to get a crispy bite. We're going to do that today by putting the chicken in some boiling water for about 5 minutes before we smoke it.
All right, so I have that water on the Weber Summit coming up to temperature, coming up to a nice rolling boil. So I'm going to get the chicken ready so that we can dip it in there and let it cook for about 5 minutes or so. Again, to let that fat under the skin to start rendering and getting rid of it so that we can come out with a crispy skin. The smoke on my 24x40 Lone Star grills it's cleaning up, and it's almost there where it's clean enough to go ahead and put some food on. So I think the timing is going to be just about perfect. All right, so I have 9 chicken thighs all together. I'm going to do 4 boiled and 5 just your regular smoking. So make sure you got your pot, pretty close to a boil, if not rolling. Then you're going to go ahead and drop the thighs in, skin down. You're going to immediately lose your boil because the thighs are, they're just coming out of the refrigerator. So we're going to let this go for about 5 to 6 minutes. All right, so here is our 5 thighs that we're just gonna put some rub on them, some spice, And then we're just gonna throw them right on the smoker. We're not gonna do a whole lot of trimming. We're not gonna do a whole lot of anything. It's not about presentation here. It's just about, rather not this, boiling the chicken method really gets us some better skin. Going with Stubbs chicken rub. If you haven't tried this, you gotta try this. This is an absolutely wonderful rub for chicken. All right, so after 6 minutes of boiling the chicken, we've pulled it out. Now I'm gonna take their temperature just to kind of see where they're at. About 87. That one's about 71. It's a little bigger. 79. 87. So you can see the difference. I mean, you can definitely see that, you know, they've started to cook. You got some of the outside meat here is white, and the skin definitely looks different. It's still definitely rubbery, but that wasn't the point of the boil. Wasn't to get that skin crisp right away. It's to start rendering that fat underneath, and I think we did that. You can see a lot of the oils and the fats that are floating on the water on the top of the pan. I'll show you in a second. First thing we need to do is dry these guys off. So we're just gonna pat them dry. Always want to dry your chicken skin off. Now you can put it in the refrigerator to enhance that, but I don't know that that would be such a good idea after we started cooking them. So we're just going to dry them off as good as we can get it. Now let's hit them with the Stubbs. All right, we're gonna put the boiled chicken thigh skin down on this side. And then we're gonna put the other chicken thighs over on the other side. You gotta remember, these are gonna cook at 2 different rates. One of them's already up to, you know, 80 degrees. So that these guys are gonna cook much quicker than those. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on that. But right now we're going at 225. It's probably gonna be about an hour. So I went ahead and put the thighs that I boiled down on the bottom away from the firebox. And that's because it's gonna be a little bit cooler on the bottom and away from the firebox. And then I moved the thighs that are just, you know, regularly smoking in here, nothing done special to them, put those a little closer to the firebox and on the top rack. And that's going to allow me to maybe even out these temperatures a little bit more. I just took the temperatures of the boiled thighs and they were at about 155, whereas the temperature on these guys was only about 110. So we're going to try to even this out as much as we can. We're going to go up to somewhere around 175 to 180. Let's see what kind of temps we're looking at. These are the ones that did not get boiled. 145, 56, and now the ones that did. One 72, 62. All right, so now what we need to do is go ahead and get the fire roaring hot. We're gonna take it up, you know, try to get it up to about 400. I'm basically gonna just open the vent all the way and get full flow. I did go ahead and add 3 smaller logs. We're gonna open this guy all the way up. That's gonna allow our temps to come up, and so we can crisp that skin up real nice. We've been running along at about 350. Ooh, they look good, they smell good. 160, 172, 168. Now these guys down here, the ones that we boiled. 167. That was 180. 180. Okay, these are just about done, and I got them real close. It's nothing like a plan kind of coming together. So they're both gonna come off pretty similar in time. I'm gonna take these off in about 2 minutes and these in about 5 minutes. Okay, all in all, I think this came out really, really well. Whenever doing an experiment like this, it's best to try to keep the variables as similar as possible. Keep everything as just plain and just directed straight towards whatever it is you're testing. Don't do a whole lot of other stuff, or at least that's how I like to do it. It's just a backyard experiment. So all of you scientists, keyboard warriors out there, just go easy on me, okay? I didn't take into it. They didn't come from the same chicken, and it is what it is. It's a backyard experiment just to kind of see how this boiling method does with our skin. So let's go ahead and see if we have a difference. Okay, thigh number 1. Boy, that's juicy. Thigh number 1 is the plain, right on the smoker, no boiling. It's dripping, absolutely dripping juice here. Man, the flavor is crazy, crazy good. Chicken thigh number 2, this is the one that we boiled. Well, they're both absolutely, insanely delicious. Incredibly juicy. That Stubbs rub is coming through. It's just an amazing flavor coming from both of them. But I have to say it, the first chicken thigh, the one that I did not boil, when I bit into it, I noticed there was that little bit of tug, that little bit of rubberiness. Not a whole lot, but just a little bit. And, you just don't want that. If you can get rid of it, then that's what I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to get rid of that. When I took a bite of the second thigh, the one that was boiled, right away, it was just like I don't want to say it's as good as if I had taken the skin off and shaved all the fat off, like competition style, but it was close. My teeth went right through the skin, and it made a beautiful, beautiful mark. It's just an absolute incredible bite. And, if that's your backyard chicken, it comes out like that. As far as the skin goes, you're right there close to competition level chicken thighs. And that is really awesome. And to be honest with you, I'm kind of surprised with it. I wasn't expecting it to do that much. I have noticed when I boiled a chicken quarters the other day, and they came out what I thought was a little bit more crisp. And I also did some wings, and they came out more crisp. Now, I think the variable that I need to play with to really nail this down is how long you boil them for and how hot you can get that water, that rolling boil. I think I need to get it as hot as I can possibly get it before putting the chicken in. But as is, just like we did today, as far as rubberiness, let's rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, okay? So 1 being competition style, bite right through it. Perfect chicken skin. And 10 being like you don't bite through the skin at all. It all comes off in one piece, and it's just, you can't do anything with it. It's completely rubbery. The ones that we just threw right on the smoker, I'm gonna put them at about, they were pretty good, but about a 4. So I'd be happy with that. Typical barbecue, backyard dinner, whatever. I'd be pretty happy with that. Personally, I'm always striving to get better, and I'm trying to make the food that I'm making just a little bit better, just a little more better. And this definitely made these thighs better, because I would put the rubberiness of the chicken skin on the thighs that we boiled. I'm gonna put that at like a 2. And that doesn't sound like a whole lot of difference, right? 4, 2. So, if it's at a 2, then you double that before you get to a 4. It's not something that everyone's going to notice unless you're doing the side-by-side test. And a lot of times that's what, barbecue is. It's about when you're doing it at home, you're trying to figure out how to make it perfect so that when you do it for a crowd or your family or, dinner at night or whatever, you got it nailed down. And that's one of the beautiful things about barbecue is all the trial and error and eating. So it's a cool test, very cool test. I'm going to play with it some more. If you guys have any suggestions about this boiling method, leave it in the comments down below. There's you guys have all kinds of experience out there, and you'll do both me and all the other viewers a great value if you can tell us your experiences with this and leave any suggestions for, crisping your chicken skin up. Leave that down below in the comments. Guys, I really appreciate you sticking around for the whole video. It means a lot to me. Your support really means a lot to me. Please share the video with your family, your friends, on your Facebook wall. Help me grow the channel. And I've told you, I think in one other video, and I'm gonna tease it again. Stay tuned for this year, 2020. We are going to do an awesome giveaway sometime this year. So make sure you tell your friends, your family, tell them to come subscribe to the channel. They're gonna have a chance to win an absolutely amazing piece of backyard equipment. So again, guys, I really am glad that you stayed around for the whole video. I hope that you guys have an awesome week, and I'll see you on the next video.